Hi again, everyone. It's good to be back. I decided I'll pop in every so often when I've got something to share between now and September, when I'm hoping to launch something a little bit more substantial. I'm really excited about a bit more about that later. Today we're going to talk about perspective shifts, how important they are, and how easy it is to lose perspective, and some really good tools, I hope, for helping to gain it back. My name is Rachel Davis. I'm a mixed media artist in the San Francisco Bay Area, also a psychologist and creativity coach. And today is about thanking also students and teachers, because I got an email yesterday from a student who just took my live mixed media class. And boy, did she have some wisdom to impart. She had gained something from the class, but I had missed what she had gained. One of the things we do in this class is we work on large pieces, and they're playscapes. That's what I call them. They're just ways to just do what you love and do more of it, and not think about the composition as a whole. Big ones. And then we take these different size mats, all different size mats, and we find things within them. And we talk about elements of design and composition, but what my student pointed out was the major life lesson in this, in terms of you can decide that one bad mark on your canvas in your life defines the whole picture and defines you. And you can zero in and zoom in on that, and your life's going to look a certain way. But if you move around and zoom around to different places, or it's going to look different, and that is your choice. And it's so interesting because I talk about this all the time in my psychotherapy practice. I talk about, what lens are you going to choose, and we're not going to pretend that the bigger picture isn't the bigger picture, and that the bigger picture doesn't contain a whole bunch of things you don't like. It's really going to, and sometimes you're going to want to move back and let all of that in, and sometimes you're really not going to. You're not going to pretend it doesn't exist. It informed the whole, but you don't have to stay put there. And that got me thinking about today in particular, about two teachers I'm super grateful for. One is Nicholas Wilton, who always does his little Sunday talk, his video vlog, I think he calls them, on Sunday mornings. So I always think of him a little bit on Sunday mornings. But when I took his 12-week class the first time, several years ago, he did a module on risk. And I remember sitting here in this studio by myself and audibly gasping when he took what I thought was a beautiful little 12 by 12 and obliterated it. He just got rid of everything on it, because who cares? It's just paint. You can paint over it. You can find something else beautiful. You can make something else beautiful. But that was a revolution to me back then. Now I feel like I own it, and I can help other people with it. But boy, was that something. And the second person is Louise Fletcher, who is starting her free, free Find Your Joy course, free taster course, later this week. I'll have a link to how you can find out about it. I get nothing from this. Louise doesn't know I'm doing this, and I get no kickback or anything. I just am super grateful because she really helped me zero in on joy and the importance of joy in expanding your practice. So my question for you today is, how do you know you're onto something that's really joyful? For me, since I saw you last, I had 2 weeks of open studio, and then I stumbled into this incredibly joyful project. I'll give you a little sneak peek. I'm not sure where I'm going with it yet. I have a lot of ideas, but these are monotypes I'm doing. I'm literally taking, many of you have seen my garden from the back. I'm literally going through my garden and taking clippings from my garden, and I am doing so far on black paper. I have all sorts of ideas. I am doing prints. I can do them bigger, smaller, and I've taken Japanese flower arranging for 25 plus years, so it's really home for me. But what started happening in the studio, my studio tells, were my mouth started watering and my breathing got really slow. So I'm very curious what it looks like for you when that happens. And I will tell you a little bit about, I want to do something in September. I've got an idea for a deep dive into lessons I've learned over 30 years of coaching psychologists, of coaching artists in my psychology practice. And I have, thanks to a fellow artist at the ICB building, Amy Torgeson, I have a way into an idea about a platform that's not Facebook based, and it's going to allow for individual back and forth with me, questions, comments. I can respond one-on-one, video whenever you want to look at it. Anyway, more about that later. DM me if you want to be among the first to hear about it. I want to make sure I haven't missed anything. I have a crazy, it's not a quote, it's a definition. The word is, and again, I'll have it down below. It's called rastrophiliopustrosity. Not very pretty sounding, but listen to this definition. A spontaneous combustion of creative spark that is followed by action in order to manifest and bring into existence. So that's what I'm hoping for all of you on this Sunday, and I'm making sure there's nothing else I've left out. I think that's it for today, but thanks for following along, and look forward to seeing you again, and take good care. Happy Sunday.